Je suis Fabian, je joue à Paula et nous sommes sur Delambora Production. Okay, yeah, so when I was younger, I guess I would listen to a lot of bands based on probably their guitar playing, you know, and that's what influenced me personally. So, I mean, I did like a lot of Boys in the Well, a band called Boys in the Well. When I was younger than that, probably someone like Machine Head. Really some old school stuff like Sepultura, and then obviously bringing that into maybe the modern day. Like I don't listen to a great deal of heavier stuff now, but things like Architects, I do listen to that in terms of guitar playing, and I like that in terms of some of their riffs that they play. You know, they kind of inspire me in a way. Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, our band, when we first started, it was the music was very hectic. It was a lot quicker. Like the tempo of the music was so much quicker. It was a different style. And like I say, back then, you know, we would listen to bands of that similar sort of stuff. You know, it was quite a Dillinger Escape Plan. You know, it was very techie sort of music. And as we've got older and as certain band members have changed and as we listen to different music, you know, the music has changed. You've gone from like Shadow of Vulture's album, that was the biggest change, I think, was then. And then it went on to No Cure, No Savior, and then on to obviously Nova. You know, you can hear the evolution in both production, style, songwriting, melodies. And that is to do with, yeah, like influences, age. We listen to not a lot of metal music. No, I think any band is free to do what they want. I think a band will only put their own limits on themselves. You know, I think with our band, we don't like to have be put into a genre. You know, we don't see ourselves as being a metal band or a hardcore band or a whatever band. You know, we don't see any of that. We are a bit of all of it, and hopefully, we're a bit of a lot more than that. You can expect a lot of genuine emotion as such. I think this album we found, this album is a lot more about us and what's happened to us as individuals. So, you know, a lot has happened to us since the last album, and even before that, you know, throughout our lives, a lot has happened to us personally. And we've never really sung about that too much in our band. Like the last album was a lot about things that we see in the wider world that we don't maybe agree with or we are passionate about. It might be homelessness, it might be politics, it might be something else. This album is about us. And you can tell in the lyrics, you can tell in the music, it's a lot more honest, it's a lot more genuine. Not saying that the previous wasn't genuine, but you know, you can just tell there's something there, and it feels good to get that out, and it feels good to see the kids sing it back to you. Okay, so in the very early days, we played a festival in, I think it was London, I think somewhere, with Il Nino, a band called Il Nino, and we were playing, and our singer Adam Woody, he took it upon himself to probably drink a little too much than he should have, and so the concert we were playing on stage, and you know, he jumped into the crowd and he was jumping around with all the crowd, and then the floor was quite slippery and he was dragging people by the feet and pushing people around, and then the golden part of it was he came back on stage and was just sick all over my feet whilst I was playing on stage. And then you can imagine that was, you know, that went down pretty well. And then after the show, he proceeded to say that we were drunk and not him. That was in the old days, though. We're a lot more professional than that. I think, you know, this type of music lends itself to singing about things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, it lends itself to aggression, it lends itself to anger. maybe on previous records, you know, we've sung about that, but definitely on this album, you know, there's songs about falling in love. There's songs about, you know, brotherhood. You know, togetherness. There's songs about children. I have a child now, and I wrote a song all about him. And you know, just actual things that mean a lot to us. There's songs about abuse that happened, you know, many years ago that have never been sung about before. So, yeah, it's a lot more. On this album, there isn't so much revenge, you know, regret and stuff. So it's this one we went a lot deeper. We went a lot deeper in. I'm up for anything, so I'd probably say yeah. I can't speak for everyone in the band, but I'd probably cover one, yeah. We did a cover of a Linkin Park song once, which we never released. You know, we're not against doing covers, but you just got to be careful what you put out in the public domain, because once it's out, it's out. So yeah, guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is Ace of Base. All That She Wants Is Another Baby. That's a great song. Every time it comes on, it's just, you just want to dance to it, right? That's my guilty pleasure.